call. Almost missed a step. So now we're ready to go. And with that, I would like to introduce, excuse me, sorry, I distracted by a text there. I
Hey,
would like
Steve,
to
real quick.
introduce,
Steve, real quick, go ahead and make Brooke the host, and Brooke, please make me co-host.
okay, let me get Lynn introduced and then I'll do that. I'd like to turn the Zoom room over to Lynn Schuessler Williams. Lynn is an author, business coach, mentor to me and many other people. And she's very active in the Ladies of Justice movement as well. And with that, Lynn, the room is all yours.
Thank you so much, Steve. And I'll remind everybody to please mute your line. It sounds like we had somebody besides Steve unmuted, and turn your cameras off during our call. So thank you so much, Steve. You know, it's really important to hear stories every week. And tonight I'm excited to introduce someone who's near and dear to my heart. And he has attended 2 Super Saturdays. So I'm going to stay right here in the Louisville, Kentucky market, and we're going to hear from Robert Bagley. Mr. Bagley, are you with us?
Good evening. Yes, indeed. Robert Bagley, Louisville, Kentucky, retired engineer, author, and entrepreneur. I attended the Mighty Midwest Super Saturday with Mr. James Kelly, and I love Mr. Kelly. He's such a wonderful guy, and I love his history. And I got to know some of his team members last year, and one was Miss Melissa Butler, who was talking, and it suddenly hit me that I was resisting making three-way calls, and it hit me why I was resisting it. So I jotted those down off to the side of my notes and circled it, and went on to the Super Saturday for Southern California with Mr. Aaron Browning doing the presentation and training. Wonderful trainer. I was totally impressed with him. But guess what he talked about a lot? Three-way calls, how to make them and when to make them. And it was just serendipitous, because that's just what I needed. Wonderful weekend. Back to you, sir, Lynn.
Wow, Robert, what a great story about the benefit of attending Super Saturdays. You know, you had no idea when you decided to go to 2 that you would have an aha moment about something and then receive training about it at the other. Just a perfect example of how important it is to stay plugged in this business, and how you just never know how fabulous the result will be. And with that, I get to turn the call over to the leader of Success Partners, someone who I say I'm grateful for each and every day, Mr. John Drennan. The Zoom is yours.
Thank you so much, Lynn. And Steve Beck, please watch. If we need to mute anyone as a co-host, you can do that. And thanks. And Steve, thanks so much for starting this off at 20 till with that Christmas music. I loved it. And I appreciate you getting on here early and having music, and for the 12 or so people who were on early to enjoy that together. That always puts me more in the mood and spirit for this Zoom. So thanks for that. And Lynn, great job, bringing Robert on. And Robert, I love that story, because it wasn't just one, it was 2. And prior to COVID, there's no way we could attend 2 Super Saturdays on the same day. And to hear him talk about James Kelly, who I know very well, and a new millionaire club, new ring earner at a new level. I think he's Millionaire Club. Just keeps getting these accolades. He's MVP for a couple of states, and then Aaron Browning, who's setting records. To have all that in one day from home, and to get that kind of message. And by the way, Robert, let me add the third voice to that. Without three-way calls, you will never have real success in this business. So, the sooner people realize that, the better. So I'm glad you talked about that, Robert. And hey, tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. I think most of you know we have suspended indefinitely our Wednesday training, and we're doing some different things on our stretch calls every morning. And on Sunday, we're going to do some different things. And tonight we're going to bring back something we did a couple different evenings during the summer blast. So many of you participated in that. We're going to use the breakout rooms. I've got Brooke Haynes standing by. She's our Zoom expert who really was the wizard behind the curtain during the summer blast. And so here's what we're going to do. Let me just give the foundation. We're going to do 5 questions, and each time you're going to be partnered with somebody different. So it'll be 2 people per room, and you're going to answer whatever the question is. But first, you need to introduce yourselves. Now, it might be 2 people that already know each other and are friends. There's a good chance of that. So you can just say hi, get caught up for a minute. Or if not, introduce yourselves, and then you're going to answer a question. And then we're going to come back from the Zoom room, and we're going to do that 5 times. And the questions get a little more elaborate as we go. This whole thing will take maybe 15 minutes. And after that, we're going to ask for any comments. Maybe, what'd you learn from it? How did you like it? What feedback do you have? Just some comments before we close tonight. So with that, our very first question, so you can start thinking about it, is go ahead and share a 30-second membership testimony. So everyone get one, not more than one story, one membership story that's yours. And for this, use your story, not a story of someone in your team. So it's a personal membership story, 30 seconds or less, but you're going to have 2 minutes. And the reason for that, again, is maybe introduce yourselves and, each of you share your story and kind of say goodbye. So total time, 2 minutes. And with that, I want to go to Brooke Haynes, who's going to go ahead and facilitate on this first question. So Brooke, let me go to you.
All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start the breakout rooms, and how that's going to work is you're going to be forced into the breakout room. You don't have to choose, but that means everybody needs to be awake. So when you land, you're going to land just 2 of you in a room. So we need all the participation. It's a great time to turn on your video. You have to remember to unmute yourself. You'll be muted as you go in. So it'll be like this virtual whirlwind, and then you're going to land. All right. So you'll have 2 minutes, and then it'll come back. All right, so and then we will also broadcast the question again after you're in there. All right, here you go.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
Everyone.
Well, what's going on is you're unmuted, and keep in mind, most of you are unmuted when you come back in here, so you can mute yourselves. Just go ahead and hit the mute microphone. And understand that's the first time we've done this since Summer Blast. For some of you, that was brand new. We had just a little bit of confusion with 1 or 2 people, but for the most part, tell you what, if your cameras are on and everything worked out in terms of the Zoom room, just give us one of these, okay? Great, great, great. Love the instant feedback of Zoom. So that was the very first question. That was an easy one. The second one is to share a business story. Now, membership story is really easy. It's basically what happened, what the attorney do, and what was the outcome. With the business story, there's a format you can follow. Why did you get started in Legal Shield? What is some result you got? It could be your best day, your first month, your first week, a trip you qualified for, something you did to help people. What was kind of like your best day? And a lot of us have many best days. So just share whatever a best day is. And then your vision for your future with Legal Shield. So someone might say, well, I started to make $500 a month, but I found out after 8 months I was making more than that. So my vision for the future is actually have this become my full-time income, making over $5,000 a month. So that'd be an example. So again, 30 seconds for the testimony, but you'll have 2 minutes in the room. And with that, Brooke, let me hand it back to you.
Okay, So we are ready to roll. The same thing's going to happen again. You'll just get forced into the breakout room and you'll land in a small room. You'll have 2 minutes and then you'll come back. All right, here we go. John, I did not put you in a breakout room. Do you want to go where Linda Williams is? Oh, you're on mute.
All right.
Much time.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Remember, you come back unmuted. So we ask you go ahead and mute your microphone and we'll get ready for question 3. Now, we've done 2 simple questions. And remember, at the end, we're going to go ahead and welcome your comments. What'd you learn? Any feedback? Anything like that. So please be prepared to take notes on anything you might want to comment on. So I want to go to question 3. And question 3 is share your favorite personal development book and one reason why. And I know this is tough because some of you say, that's like say, name your favorite child if you've got multiple kids. You know, it's hard to do, but
What did I do? What?
pick one book.
I'm on the phone with the.
Whoever's talking there, we can hear you. So I'm going to go ahead and mute. Okay. So pick one of the books that you really like and one reason you really like it. And this one will go 3 minutes. So again, introduce yourselves. You got 3 minutes. Both of you share a book, why you liked it. We'll see in 3 minutes. Brooke, back to you.
Okay, here we go. Okay, Brenda and Tony, what you down at the bottom of your screen, there'll be a button that says breakout room. You may need to push that button and then say join breakout room.
If Brenda or Tony have a question about that, unmute and bring your question. Tony, we heard a syllable and then you disappeared.
She got into the room.
And what about Brenda?
Have so many people just, oh, we're supposed to be back in.
You are back in. We hear you. You're unmuted. For everyone, go ahead and mute once you come back in. And welcome back. So if we're through 3 of the 5 questions, if everything's working out okay for you at your end, will you do a thumbs up? Okay, good. Good. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. So before we go on, Timur Halligan woke up not feeling well, slept most of the day. He's not feeling well, so he's just sends his thoughts to everyone that he'd like to be here part of this. And I see Sheila Bird, $50,000 ring earner, close to 100. I know you guys have just kissed the 100,000 mark.
I know. Oh,
I know.
stand it.
I hate saying 50 when I know someone's hit 85, 90, 95, 99. And then also, I know you're on the LOJ Council with Lynn Schuster Williams. So we got 2
Yes.
VIP rock stars from that.
Oh, I
And
love
I know-
Lynn. Yes.
And you've been RVP, then NVP up in Michigan, and now you're in Georgia. So I just wanted to say hi to Sheila Bird. If
Hi.
you all don't know her, she and her husband, Carlos, they're rock stars.
Thanks to you.
Well, no, you've
John, we
done-
love you.
Yeah,
Love you.
I love
Mhm.
you. You've done it. So, hey, let's go to question 4. This will be a 4-minute question. It is share what you like most about Legal Shield. And again, you might have 4 answers to this, but pick one thing and then talk about why that is. In 4 minutes, it's not a lot of time, but with just 2 people, it does allow you to get into a little bit of the depth of, here's why I really love this company. And, out of 10 people, there could be 10 different kind of responses here. So just have it be from the heart. And so what's one thing you really love about Legal Shield and why? So Brooke, back to you for a 4-minute segment.
All right. Everybody's switched up into new rooms, and here we go. I'm thinking, Tony, if you're there, let us know. I'm thinking maybe your Wi-Fi signal is just not letting you get in there quick enough.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. And with that, you can mute yourself, but I am going to open it up. And I'm aware that we're at 9:30, and we do have a video for you, but I don't want to let this go without some comments. I know it went a little bit long. It's the first time we've done this. And so let's just, if you want to make any comments, something you learned or something you enjoyed about this process or some input, try and keep your comments to 30 seconds. We'll hear from a few people and then we're going to start wrapping it up because of time. Who'd like to go first?
John, it's Jane, and we loved connecting with each other. This is an awesome exercise. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Who's next?
This is Angie, and it was just wonderful seeing friends that I hadn't seen in years.
Thank you, Angie. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, please keep doing this. I love it.
Okay, great. Love the input. Who's next?
Me.
John?
It was awesome, John. Lee Perry, Evansville, Indiana. I thought it was a super way to get people connected. Back to you.
We'll never forget your sweater. Thanks, Lee. Who's next? Was that Brenda?
Here. Oh.
John, it's great, but for me, the first 2 times, the person could not hear. That was Vera. And then the 3rd time, it booted me off my computer, so then I had to go to the phone. So there were issues for me, but I definitely liked what we did.
Okay, and FYI, only 2 people really had issues, so we'll try and figure that out for future. Thanks, Brenda. Who's next?
Yeah, this is Prince Johnson. I ended up with the same person 3 times. However, it was really this was really a healthy exercise. I really enjoyed it. It's almost like having your 30-second in your head and and just reacting to the question. Very
so Prince, who was that person you hooked up with 3 times?
Ken Bloom.
Okay, Ken and Prince, I think you 2 need to get together. You both have something to say or learn
there's
from
something
each other.
mysterious going on here.
Yeah, so
Mysterious going on.
it could be big. It could be big. Just trust us. All right, who's next?
I thought it was awesome.
Bridget thought it was awesome. Thanks so much, Bridget. Who's next?
I'll go. I got to meet 2 people that I've never met before, which was really cool.
Yeah, because this tends to be a group that shows up. So great, Annette. Who's next? A couple more.
Regardless of our backgrounds, we all have so many similar goals and interests, and we're very similar across the board. It's amazing.
Thanks for that, Mo. Anyone else?
I love the stories and how this business has impacted everyone and the new couple of friends that I met, Mo and Linda. I hadn't had an opportunity to talk with them, so it's very good.
Wonderful. Great.
I'm definitely infected though, Sheila.
Okay.
Well, I have to brag. I got to see Bob Kozlowski's lair. He usually doesn't have his video on, but he turned it off or turned it on for us.
Great. Anyone else?
I'm going to have a timer available.
All right, well, great. A lot of you, almost 15 people gave comments. Thanks for being brief. We will do this more and we'll do it with smaller groups as well. I mean, this was groups of 2, but there's a lot we can do with this and we are going to start mixing it up. And with that, I want to go ahead with this week and share some things. First of all, you know, the company puts out the weekly newsletter and the weekly leadership show, and that's our umbilical cord to the company and what's going on. So I encourage you every week, review the newsletter. I know a lot of it's redundant, but it's not always redundant. So look for what's new, stay on top of what's going on, watch a leadership show. I'll give you this notice, January 2nd, which is a Saturday, there will be a special leadership show that day from corporate. It's going to be a big deal. Just put that in your calendar. Next, as a team, of course, we do this Zoom Sunday night with the format you've seen tonight. And I encourage you, come on early for the music. It just is, it's inspiring. We finish with the video. But we've suspended our Wednesday night training. So Wednesday's freed up for other things. We do have our stretch call. So tomorrow, I'm sure we'll hear more comments from tonight on tomorrow's stretch call with the new format. And the stretch call now is pretty much go ahead and share for 15 minutes what's going on with you. And then for the next 15 minutes, the topic of the day. And Brian, whatever you held up, I couldn't really see what it was, but I know you held something up there with a smile. But we do the stretch call 8 a.m. every morning. So we invite you to join us for that. All the information's on our team calendar at successpartnerscalendar.com. Tomorrow, of course, we start the week with our 12:30 and 8 o'clock Zooms. Tomorrow, it's Lynn Schuessler-Williams and Lee Perry doing those two presentations. And we're going to bring you 10 Zooms this week. And the teams and the associates that are really rocking in this business right now are using the Zooms and bringing guests on. And one more thing is next Saturday, a week from yesterday, is the North American Super Saturday Day. You heard Robert talking about the 2 Super Saturdays he attended in November. So I know I'll be part of the one in New England or Northeast next week, but you can be part of 2 or 3 of them. So just start looking at the LegalShieldCalendar.com to find what one or more Super Saturdays you can partake. So with that, congratulations on showing up tonight. We're going to finish with the video. So with that, Mr. Steve Beck, thanks for all you do, and I'll go back to you.